Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Iterations of lane swap even as far back as 2015. No one immediately like obliterates a tower.
Oh yeah, so boring.
And then the entire game opens up.
I played an EU Masters where that was the meta. You just traded both towers. It was so weird. It was like a fever dream.
No, instead we get ganks like this. That was clean from Sten! The hard read, GiantX. Feeling like Dr. Seuss after that. Team Heretics. That was clean. That was clean. And we said yesterday the coordination wasn't there, but the hands were.
Wow.
Certainly remains the case in day 2, as the coordination also coming in clutch. And Carlson, the Jax.
That's a bit awkward here. They drop both Grubs and Drake. When you get the first blood, you're not really getting much of a lead on top either. The Jace is actually ahead of the Jax, even though everything happened. Not the best for Heretics here to get this ring.
Sheo, maybe he can find the angle. Reeker, perhaps a bit of false confidence. Not sure if he saw Sheo in the area. Now spots him, can't just walk back, flash to safety, arcane smash in. Again, good CC. So many resources given to Carlson, and it's paying off. The Jax finding the first kill, second one he's participated in.
Yeah, and ulti as well. Curious to see how much they will let Fnatic drop here, or if Maokai will just say you're on your own and I want to go top. Because if he decides to just go top, it might be hard for Ezreal to enter bot here. And they're not really getting the strong sides trades they'd want here on Carlson. He'd really want to be chunking GiantX right now, but they're going for the play regardless. Jace flashes and 10-second cooldown.
Follow-up is there, good damage. GiantX not tanky enough this time around. Carlson already ulting. GiantX gets a decent bit of damage back.
Okay, they don't really want to see from this. I mean, it's like you have 600 gold lead on the Jax. That's not a whole lot. I would want to see that these kills are transition into a CS lead and transition into plates, but right now it's very like kind of empty kills.
Of course, no ulti for Jax either in this fight. Carlson has to be careful about this one. Burned it in the previous exchange. Team Heretics taking away at least one grub will deny the point towards feats of strength. But SK might just be able to have a 4 grub up. Carlson now locked up, looking to find that shutdown. Clean combos coming in. Galio across the top. Excellently played. Ezreal does a good bit of damage, but Team Heretics over eager on the contest. Maybe now can try and turn it back. Vicarol doing a good bit of damage. Reeker now in trouble. Rahel running. Isma running. Team Heretics on the descent. Fnatic ready to pop off. Fully stacked on the passive. Rahel taken down as well. SK a bit over eager. Team Heretics coming out on top of the extended play.
Wow, really solid counter engage from Heretics.
Yeah. Just works out nicely. So it's still tough.
It's still SK with the tempo lead, however, and they are able to looking for a dive kill here, actually.
Taunt there, trying to use the gravity field to keep himself safe. Sheo, the ulti's going to get in, but it might be too late. Tower being tanked, Sten on the way in as well. SK, we saw it, 2. Another overcommittal, Lupe running. Victor still alive, the flash, no! SK fans, close your eyes, Team Heretics.
What is happening
right open. GiantX now also going for an exchange. Sometimes, you just...
I mean, the play looked good from SK. Good. They had a tempo lead. They were first on the objective, but then it looked really good until it didn't.
A classic story in the game of League of Legends, but Sten on fire this game, I think it's safe to say. He and Sheo, well, they haven't done as much together as a unit as you expect when we talk about, the iconic duos of League of Legends, jungle support. Individually, they both made great plays around Carlson, and now he's been there twice to really deny the dives from SK.
Yeah.
Loopy can do the same thing.
This looks like a greedy recall from Carlson, but he's probably going to be fine with this slippery kit.
Now Sheo, second objective. Again, all 3 grubs for Team Heretics as well as the Dragon. One more objective. I'll get the feats of strength.
I mean, objective-wise, it's quite an damage focused. Because you have the lethality on the Varus, you're going to have the lethality on the Jace. I was kind of thinking that Varus would go on it, and Jace goes tank, and then you don't really have that problem. But now you have 2 lethality champs with a Galio. Very low magic damage. So once we see this Jax getting Tabai, getting Zonias, and getting a lot of armor, I think it's going to be really, really hard to kill.
Ulti comes out from Rahel. Going to body block the follow-up. Nice backstep from Rahel. Gets clipped by the solar eclipse. Might now be in trouble. Fnatic going over the wall. Not going to be risked too much. Sten.
Play is just so weird by SK.
Find him. Force the flash at the very least. Does have the TP if he wants to reset. But the game, I think, quickly falling away from SK. First tower going to fall. Feats of strength are going to go over to the side of Team Heretics. This is I mean, an excellent position they've set themselves up in.
The worst thing you can do when you're behind like this is to try and overforce. Like when you start to play desperate, that's when you know that a game like this is going to be really, really difficult. Because you need a lot of CC in their comp. So I would want to see them do like a proper overload, get a deep push on one side, look to use Varus ult, look to use Flash Rel engage, get a numbers advantage, and fight that way. Because if they fight with equal numbers right now, they're going to need to really outplay them to win.
Definitely. SK again. First on mid prio. Bot lane, relatively even. Top wave is going to be untouched by both sides. Team Heretics is going to be later to the play, but SK aren't really doing meaningful damage to the objective.
It's very slow. Then it's going to be able to find a good engagement.
He doesn't connect from Rahel. We're flipping it. 50-50. Isma. Leash, and there goes Shea wins the 50-50. SK.
They're so split. How do they fight this?
The hesitancy is costing them so dearly. Rika is finally here. Loopy now going and trying to make a hero play. In the meantime, Galio instantly going to follow up, but he's only able to connect onto 2, and it's the front line. The Jax still taking enough to survive, but Isma's trying to follow. Rika doing some good work as Rahel finds the angle with the arrows in the back line. The Varus finally getting some work done. SK, a messy start to be certain.
And
but
that's the thing when you're playing this like lethality Varus into Ezreal. The Varus has no way of lifestealing that, so they just have to drop the Drake when you take a chunk like that. And it goes the other way as well. If it's the Varus that gets that poke on the Ezreal, then Ezreal can't sustain it either, and maybe they get the Drake.
Cut and dry. Able to find that angle. Doesn't always have to be the kill. The chunk enough of an advantage. The Cloud Drake will go over. Just a note for overlay this week. The timers for the Drake after that third Drake not functioning. So we'll keep you honest on when the next Drake is going to be spawning, but don't worry, it's not just your PC, it's a bit of an issue on our side. To get it fixed as soon as possible. That said, Team Heretics also won the 50-50 in the previous play, so they get a mid lane tower as well. I think safe to say tempo heaven here in pro play.
It just makes holding this mid tower so easy. You can see like the fact that Ezreal can hold this mid tower throughout, like for the last 4 or 5 minutes, just sitting there clearing the waves, actually allows for his team to play the game without holding his hand. Well, if you're playing something like an Aphelios or GiantX as well, and that just highlights like when enemies got full AP, you buy mercs.
Yeah,
it is
value. Also, I mean, unfortunate that they were not able to get the feats of strength because the upgraded mercs and that additional little shield goes a long way.
That's true.
In these fights and these poke battles. Now, however, the Otacon setup, the infamous 1-2.
I mean, I think the biggest
Rieger caught out at least a little bit.
Oh.
Just punch backwards. Now the mid laner just going to get taken out. Loopy, nothing he can do to stop that one. Isma also running. Otacon leashed briefly, but Loopy now trying to turn TP into Rahel. Excellent ulti to keep multiple members locked up. Isma buying as much space as he can with his own ultimate knockback. Flacket trying to finish the kill. A little bit more coming in. The reset, the extra damage coming in for the victor as well. Rahel has to get out. And Carlson to at least get some space for his backline. Shale playing with fire. Team Heretics.
Loopy really saving this play. I thought Rico would have spent on the boots upgrade for Ezreal, and he does also have a small gold lead, and also Varus. One of the big strengths of lethality Varus is that his items are really cheap. But it does, like, you look at it and you think to yourself, wow, this Ezreal's far behind.
Rieger stunned up. Rieger going to be in trouble here, most certainly. Ulti goes out. Nice movement, but there's just too many members in the area trying to flash, but the amount of CC brought to the table was too much. The Malkail coming in as well. Now Loopy needs to run. Plant. A little bit awkward.
It's a tough game for Rieger. I think this, I mean, they're going to probably try to contest the Otacon 4v5, but another time where Rieger gets caught here.
I mean, they already have midway pushed in. They're going to try to knock down tier 2.
They're going to trade it for Drake as well. I mean, it makes sense. It's hard to fight this 4v5, and they are already stronger 5v5, so.
I mean, it's such a tough call, right? You knock down tier 2, you get a Drake.
Yeah.
For a Baron, that feels fine. For what is probably Otacon into a Baron?
Yeah. That's the hard part with Otacon spawns at this minute, yeah.
This is the season where that trade deal does not feel good anymore.
Yeah. Because normally what you'd want to do is you just want to wait out the Otacon buff for the 2.5 minutes that it is. But since Nash is already up, what Heretics can do if they're
pushing now,
they do have vision of it, but even though they have vision, I really like this from Heretics because one, they do it really fast. That's one of the nice things about Ezreal. And I think any fight here should be great for Heretics. They have great position, and they have the
3K. Malkail to zone them off.
That's a free Nash.
Honestly, clean textbook setup. Excellent use of the Otacon buff. GiantX now caught out as well. Team Heretics still want to make the most, right? It costs them nothing.
It's really good.
They don't lose the buffs and the Baron's taken down. Now they can just chase down Isma as well. Looking like a 1-2 punch that might just end the game here. Isma taken out. Baron buff empowered Team Heretics.
You have Otacon GA buff, baby. Every fight is a good fight. Isma falls into the trap of thinking that he can go on the Jax. but without the con buff, he can just keep moving forward.
Easy call. Reeker gonna knock down another tier 2, but it's really just that consolation prize. Almost a 5,000 gold lead side Team Heretics, but Willow
He's a bit called.
trying to get out of this one, though. At least grabs the buff.
I mean, he's dead, but he's not dead.
100 gold. They're waiting.
they're trying to wait it
waiting. Okay. Don't quite want to risk him having his cool.
SK. Yeah, and it's gotta feel really bad when you feel like what you did yesterday worked, and then you go back to it, and it just goes even worse.
Yeah.
This mid jungle is 0-8. They are not able to do anything right now.
And it's mid jungle you talked about where they should have been able to kind of further extend that lead. They got the flash out, but then of course so much focus was put around Carlson on the side of Team Heretics that it seems like SK weren't quite able to press the advantage in the way that they wanted to. And as much as Carlson got all that attention, a lot of this game has just been, you know, better setups and some good overall team play from the side of Team Heretics. Cheo, ulti going, Rahel forced to back off. Will be rooted.
Oh.
Loopy now going in. Good combo.
Really
Galleons go over the top. Rahel also landing a clutch arrow. Maybe a bit over eager. Victor trying to turn it back with an ulti of his own. Isma off to the side, though, just gets one popped. Ulti animation. Dies in the middle of it. Definitely not ideal. And in the extended fight, Team Heretics can just continue to poke, continue to chip away at this phase. Sheo.
They just don't have the damage rate, because this looked like such a good engage from Loopy, but they're not able to do anything.
One inhibitor's going to fall. Second to follow. Baron buff still there. 25 seconds. Double cannon minions. SK will hold on a little bit longer. Team Heretics don't want to get too eager here, but the angles for good fights are few and far between because, yeah.
It should be really easy for them to just go top, put down the Maokai ultimate, and poke.
And anything short of a wombo combo just isn't going to do it as Loopy is caught here. None of the damage from Team Heretics is present. Of
They
course,
can chase them forever.
now you've got Flacket coming in. Should just be able to finish the job quite quickly. Pops his red pot, extra sustain just in case.
Now this is a disaster for SK. Now they lost their only real engage into Heretics as they're going to siege for this tier 3 top. Probably SK is just going to have to drop it and look for a Nexus defense.
Look, pretty cut and dry from Team Heretics. They found the picks again. Able to push this forward. Flacket popping the red pot means that any poke that does land from Rahel doesn't feel impactful.
Can't help but feel that like SK's game plan this game looks so desperate. It's like they don't really have a clear idea of what they want to do, and they're just looking for random picks, and they keep getting caught while doing it.
Well, you talked about kind of the telegraph mid-jungle, and it just seems like Team Heretics did not let them get that edge, and now Flacket just been unassailable in these fights. The 80 carry mid lane threat, sheer amount of space generated.
Yeah.
Carlson as well now, a big problem.
They only need a few Astral Qs to land, a few victories, then they should be able to start sieging these Nexus towers.
A little bit more poke. 31 minutes in, 60 to 51.5k. Should be an easy close here. Drake on the table if they want an exit objective, but it is about getting things started. Big catch. Loopy now trying to lock up Carlson as well. Maybe they can get something done, but the Flacket is the one that they need to take out of the fight. The Ezreal for now untouched, slowly peeling back, continuing to poke. Carlson going golden, gives himself a bit extra time. Rahel desperate to finish the kill. Doesn't have the angle to get anything more done, but Flacket just continues to fire Qs, but in the meantime, sniped out. Carlson taken down. Team Heretics slowed for now. No Nexus towers falling. SK hold the line, but the Ezreal in the meantime, not enough to finish the kill.
This game feels really weird. I feel like...
Yeah. Well done. A quick check after you said it. Whoops. Yeah. Also, of course, has the arm guard, so should be in a much better position in the fight to come. This is overall, though, it still feels like end of days for SK. I don't know if the next item spikes are really going to be enough. Jace is strong at this stage of the game, but no one's going to give him that angle for the infamous like hammer form Jace flank where you're able to just one-shot a carry.
Okay. Too favorable for them even.
So right now it's Team Heretics favored.
Yeah.
Heavily. And if they get one more miracle fight.
One more miracle engage. Just one
more to get it to even.
Just don't quit
and
before
then
that
one more
last
after
win.
that to
win
get it in their favor.
Yeah.
They probably win at this point. It's late.
But the thing is, Heretics can play incredibly slow because they have the Nash buff. So
They just chill.
If they just S-key and stand in front of them and throw their skill shots, then the minions will do their job for them. So it's SK that really needs to find something. Isma looking, not able to get up.
It's tough. It's operating at arm's length. Ulti goes out. Rahel not going to get locked up. Loopy is there to body block, but has to dash out. Nexus towers falling. Again, Team Heretics, like you said, just taking their time. Now finally Flacket starting to go in. Reeker able to catch Flacket off on the side, but he still had the cleanse, trying to back away. The Ezreal getting lower and lower. Reeker now running out of base, but it's all falling to pieces. Rahel still standing, but the Nexus will fall. Team Heretics not playing for kills, playing to end the game. First win the 2025 winter season.
Much better game from Heretics here. Really happy to see them bounce back.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
This trade, it's not really that they're choosing one objective over the other. It's just kind of like, you ask yourself, can we fight? Or do we want to fight? And the answer is no. Okay, we trade.
Push back, good. Tower, there.
He's
One
dead.
more shot. Jackie's the W!
Ooh, that was a nice W.
I mean, bad to get caught.
I mean, it was kind of
really bad to get caught, but credit.
But kind of nice mechanics, you know, like.
I mean,
bounce it out.
Okay, no. We have to give credit to Larson. Larson, instant reaction time, good ult. Now the dive may be coming in. This is what you were waiting for. They wanted to take down Noah. Good interrupt coming in from Jun. Backing away. Zenith Blade there. Q a little more ball. First blood. Patrick able to flash out. Well executed. Now closer coming in the mid lane. That's the level 6. Oh, flashing in. That didn't connect at all, but it might not matter again. They pushed their R buttons. Larson caught out, and I will
Perfect
say,
gang, clean.
Clean gang. In the end, that's all that matters. Did you just scream when he missed the Q flash?
I mean, it was like
Jackie's in trouble.
Instinctive.
Now has Q3, can try to dash out closer there to cover, but it does not matter. So the return
That's the
kill.
Malrang execute right
The
there.
one-
X that we're seeing. They're not really able to create any place of their own, and they're just kind of having to be pushed and pulled around by Rogue.
Oh, but ulti coming in from Malrang off to the side. Good initially onto Lot. Lot does have an ulti of his own. Larson pushing back. Rogue, again, confident on the play. GX punished.
Wow. It's a really good play by Rogue, but I think really good.
Yeah.
But kind of known for their mental issues. Will they be able to
the
bounce
struggles
back
last year.
from this tough early game?
And it is only a 10-minute game thus far, and now the play already kicking off. Rogue getting everything that they want, but at least Noah trying to turn it back a little bit. Patrick taken down, shut down there. Adam now getting a bit more damage. Now this is impossible for Jackie to do anything. He's going to try to Q3 out, but the stun is going to be there from Malrang. It might just be out of range. The flash as well. Ulti into the Q first.
And again, it's so reactive. They're just watching Rogue do their play, and they're not really able to do any of their own. And a lot of this comes from Patrick being much stronger than Noah, and being able to get that mid pro.
W now going in. Execute going to try to find one. Trying to get another one in the meantime. Jackie's has to go back and try to Q3 out to Zadie, but Larson has already pushed him back. Jackie's locked up. It's clean from the side of Rogue.
That was really clean by Execute, actually. He predicted the Yone E forward with the Leon ult, so he got stunned, and Jackie's has nowhere to go. He dies. This is a very clean game from Execute and Malrang. I'm really impressed.
I just gotta say, day one to day
not
two. My English escaped me there. I'm sorry. I wasn't intentionally trying to leave you hanging or embarrass you publicly, but it might have worked out that way. So sorry, Adam. Aggressive in the 1v1, able to get all the health back up. Level 11 coming through, but doesn't mean much because he already popped the dominance, flashing away. A lot will be flashed. Pursue, flash forward. Solo
That
kill.
kid's good. He's good. Scrimmed a lot against him last year, and I felt like he had a really diverse champion pool, played a lot of different champions.
Is he gonna be able to finish? It's like he has barrier. He has barrier. Barrier is the only reason that man is alive. He committed too many resources to it.
Gonna be rewarded while getting the mid tower with this
Ultimately,
Herald.
Noah's small chunk on mid lane tower does not outvalue the Herald. It would have been nice if he was able to finish it. Is not. Charge comes in, not even used. So they can mount up and go for a second tower if they want, or pivot this to a different lane. Excuse me. But just gonna let it be that single charge. Might have been able to save it for more value elsewhere. But I think the second I'm going with 90s anime naming conventions. TP here for GX. Looking to find an angle to a contest. Again, super hard for them to approach. Execute restarting. Trying to find the side angle. Jackie's across 3, but goes golden. Larson buys a bit more time for himself. Is he going to be able to make his way out of this one? But already, GX taking over in the fight. This is exactly what they wanted from their composition. Rogue had better setup, but it did not matter. 3 members caught by CC. An instant follow-up from GX.
That was so clutch by Jun, because it's so often that you see when you get engaged on, you just think to yourself, I gotta get out. I don't want to die. But Jun understands that if they're trying to auto-attack me to go on the CC, that means I have an angle to actually engage, and he turns it around and sets up the fight beautifully, and this showcases how beautiful the warm-up combo is from GiantX. Everybody just used their spells together, and it's an instant wipe. And this is Execute has the right idea here, but he actually doesn't layer the CC chain, so Jun has this perfect angle to flash ult in as everybody's trying to reach Jun, catch the waves. And this makes it so hard to contest either side of the jungle, and Noah's making a really intelligent rotation here down to bot lane.
Flash in from Lot. Full committed here, trying to find the flash. Instantly, Noah goes in, finds the pick on the side lane. GX descending on that tier 2 tower. Rogue now forced to respond.
Not sure how fast he's doing it. Should be pretty fast. He's 3 items.
Three items.
So good. So this is remember the Heretics game yesterday?
Yeah.
I think this is what it should have looked like, where the person with TP is the one doing Drake, because then you can easily just join in, right? Like Rogue actually now can't start the attack on. They still need to secure more of an advantage.
And again, the big thing that I think people often don't appreciate about Otacon, although Medic did bring it up a few times yesterday, is the resistance shred from staying in combat with it, because it doesn't feel like it does a lot of damage, but then Rumble ults you and does 30% more damage with an equalizer, and you start to appreciate. Get this, there's no way they can get in. 3K, lower. They just have to deny closer. Closer already backing away. GX, that moment of hesitation.
Well, I completely jinxed it.
You did. Your Catcher Curse abilities are impressive. Rogue, for the second day in a row, just sneaking Otacon, and respect to them, the confidence in this play. Now they can start Baron. Now they can go for the Psycho fights. And again, your Wombo combo, you have one shot in that shotgun. It's not enough for 2 fights.
Yeah, this is where I worry that Giants might feel a bit nervous here. That like this feels like a lose-lose position. Gonna have to find something
trying
good
to body block. Patrick poking. Any damage they can get to stick. Now the follow-up. Clean Wombo combo. Closer immediately in the back line. Everybody withdrawing.
Oh my god.
But they're just getting stuck.
Okay, is Jun the GOAT?
Simplest form of communication in League of Legends.
Yeah, and now it's going to be really easy for GiantX to just kind of play 3 lanes here, because their carries are so slippery, as we talked about earlier. So we really need to see Rogue. They're probably going to look to contest through bot, because when you have a weak queue,
locking up closer, Malrang. Again,
gets
lower
the flash.
A little bit late, but they do get the flash, as you said. Flash in, execute now, locking up. They're going to full commit to the play. Everybody going in. Larson untouched. Patrick trying to get more done in the meantime. Jun now locking up Patrick with the 80 carry, but there's Noah. That's the range of the engage. Larson, however, remaining untouched, trying to find the space. Jun can't even get on top of that Azir. Jackie's trying to make the difference. Larson locked up, goes golden, gets a bit more time. Adam on the flank. Is it enough? Larson needs to dash out, needs to stay standing. Adam a bit more healing. The Cole, the Meek. It's a scrappy fight. The ult completely whiffs. Larson getting his flash out. Jackie's now on the chase. So difficult to match this under the extra movement speed. Larson's going to get taken down in the end. GX stand tall. Jun falling up on Adam. Slice comes out. He's trying to buy a bit more time, but likely that the Drake will fall.
It felt like a really over-forced engage by Execute, but Adam did a lot of work in the back line. He was actually able to kill both the Kai'Sa and the Rumble. But it's going to be the Soul going over to GiantX, so I mean, they're the real winners of this fight. But it was cool to see that a fight that looked really bad in the beginning, they were able to kind of scrap it out to make something good out of it. But with the Soul, that makes these sort of scrappy fights 10 times harder for Rogue.
Definitely does. Execute will come through.
GiantX can fight due to this Azir tower on mid. I think it's better if you have Rumble and Kai'Sa clearing this mid wave and then running into Nash and trying to fight then River.
Oh no, we're 5v5.
Yeah, now it's going to be... I mean, now the Azir tower is gone. Now I can see Jun getting a really good engage here.
2-3. Adam not really taking much of any damage.
Rel has flash.
This is big. Jackie's might try to stack his Q on the Baron. It looks like that is going to be what he does. Normally a weakness of Yone. We don't see a lot in pro play. Obviously without a creep wave there or a minion to hit. Doesn't really have a good way to get Q3 before the fight starts. Jun now trying to find that engage. Looks like a solid start, but all the damage onto Adam and Malrang. Not ideal targets. Patrick and Larson untouched for now. Jun, not the fight they were looking for. Getting even impatience. Cleanse already down, and Noah hasn't really done any damage back in return. But Jackie's and Noah trying to hold the line, trying to be the difference makers. Patrick and Larson remaining untouched, however. Double carry threat from Rogue. Still standing. Execute still standing. Rogue setting their sights on the Baron. Jackie's and Noah, can they make the difference? Because it's an incredible fight from Rogue.
Wow. I mean, here you could really see, like, exactly what Rogue needed. They needed to find the engage on the first target. Jun looks for another flash engage, but this time, Rogue is ready. It's entertaining. I mean, like, it showcases really well the strengths of the two comps. If GX gets this good snap engage, they can wipe the whole team fight. But if they don't, the front to back is very favored for Rogue.
Definitely.
We missed it a little bit there, but Execute tried to go for a really like fast flash play on Yon, like flash queuing him. It was kind of cool, but he didn't get him. It's like a good attempt. Like it's very Hilly-esque, I feel like, Execute.
I mean, look, even when he was known as Jonghoon, if you know Execute, formerly known as Jonghoon, he would go for the bold plays, and you have to respect it. Closer, looking for that flank of his own. Jun waiting to find that angle. He's going to be able to lock it up. The follow-up is there as well. No one on the backside, but he's going back into your tower. Definitely not ideal, but it might not matter. Malrang still standing. Larson protected by that tower. It's going to be big. The knockup coming in from Jackie's is clutch, but the rest of the team trying to defend him. Larson needs to get the hell out of there. Jackie's able to find the kill. Lock clutch with the Rumble ulti. Rogue now retreating. Jackie's.
What is going on, Dracos? I lost track of Noah. Rogue to start the Elder. And GiantX is going to have to contest a 4v5.
GX walking in. Jackies does have TP, is immediately going to TP to get involved in the fight, does not have Q stacked, crucially, but they don't really have damage or follow-up here. They're just trying to get a bit of poke down. Larson now in the area. Patrick waiting over the wall. Closer hoping to find that isolated target. No barrier for Patrick, but it might not matter. 7K getting on, or Closer trying to find his way into the pit.
Good enough by Closer.
Stop him! Closer not able to steal, and in the end it's Larson who secures the Elder, and now it's all falling apart for GX, as strong as your Wombo combo.
Rumble ult. If they had Rumble ult, it would be really easy to clear this out, but without it, it's going to be really hard, especially since you're playing against so long range with a 0 Corki. It's going to be hard for GiantX here.
Heroic engage. Jackies, they're making sure to pay as much as they can. Good start to the fight. Jackies Q3 going through ulti onto multiple members. Noah meeting the backside. Larson about to get taken out. Larson taking out the board. Noah still standing. Patrick resurrecting. Noah going golden. Lod just needs a little bit more time. Judd finding the CC to create a bit of space for Noah. Adam trying to flash and finish the kill. He's desperate to get the dragon buff down. They'll take him out. And now it's 1v1. Lot versus Malrank board.
They're 4v5 against Elder. How are GX getting these fights? Or the Leon ult just to burn the cleanse.
It's tough though, right? You don't want to throw it out if you don't get the cleanse, or if they force a fight while your ult is down. Closer immediately going to start. Patrick locked up. Noah goes straight in and trying to force it. Lots some good damage down as well, but it looks like Noah's been locked up for a brief moment, and now Execute is zoning him well. Malrank going in on top of that. Larson untouched. The Emperor himself holding it down for the side of Rogue. 3 members still standing. Lot and Closer not enough to take the fight. Rogue, where do they want to go next? They have Baron. They can do anything they want. Looks like pushing it down mid, trying to end the game.
They're going to try to end. I mean, Lots, I think, should be able to clear this wave out. It's very strange. I don't know. I think they should just go to the Nash. They only have 2 minions here. They do have another wave coming, but
they want to push it. I mean, if GX try to contest this at all and they find another kill, they probably just end.
Yeah,
Add them up at 33. They have TP.
Yeah, maybe
26,
right
32.
Here. They might just be able to.
Death timer's on the right-hand side, counting down.
Closer is looking to try to take the next wave.
Trying to body block for the minion. It's not enough. Execute zoning. Closer. I mean, they have 6 grubs.
It's 10 seconds.
That was a year ago that happened when they got 6 grubs. Do they just want to end it? The problem is Execute is getting so low, they have to be careful. TP is also up from Jackies. No ulti, though.
Closer
just threatening. If they can delay recalls, they get better set of
flank here. Is Rogue going to look to cross-map the Elder for Nash? Are we going to 50 minutes, Dracos?
Objective trade! No fight, no 5v5s. We tried that. We can't decide who wins based on 5v5s. We're going to trade objectives.
Look for some magic, and that's what I would look for as a GX fan.
We'll see. 1 minute, 20 seconds. This is the tier 2 you talked about, right on schedule.
So they won't play on this wave, but good next. Marking by Execute here. He understands his role. He just wants to not let Closer get this engage, because he trusts his team will flash the Rel Flash ult.
You can see the entire 4-man stepping up there just so Patrick can get down 1 or 2 autos on the inhibitor.
I thought Jun would send it there, to be honest.
Likely to fall. Jackie's Q3 back. A bit of hesitancy from the side of GX. They lost an inhibitor.
That's a 15-minute game. It's the longest game in any tier 1 league. You have to stop calling people turtle.
Go. I hear a chance for fight, I think.
Yeah. See, I told you, if you're a fan, you want the
Q3
fight.
from Jackies, looking for the angle. Locks him, but Larson goes golden. The engage is denied, and that might just cost them. Now Rogue turning. Patrick untouched. Closer getting chunked out. Execute a little bit too far gone. Jackie's ready with another Q3 of his own. Rogue holding the line. They get a lot of cooldowns. They get a lot of blinking health bars. Malrank flashing forward. Smite down. Off to the side. It's Yone trying to chase Lot. Closer now going in. Larson trying to go for the pushback, but it doesn't do anything. Another kill going down. Larson taking another fight. It's an absolute mess with Patrick. The one still standing carries versus carries, but Jackies is still alive. Crucially, GX are winning the fight.
What is happening? All of these fights are so chaotic. There's so many micro fights happening. They're not going to backdoor. Yone is pacing. It's all good. They're going to collapse.
But they're trying to draw the attention. Noah locked up. Patrick trying to Patrick, but Closer trying to buy a bit more space. Noah goes golden, but he's just locked himself down for another round of cooldown. Patrick now needs to get the hell out of the base. Noah going down. They're both just trading GAs. Jackie trying to hold the line. Bit more time. Patrick dead. Knockback by Jun is good. Shutdown is good, but they've taken them away from the...
is going to E over the wall and take the plant. Or we're not going to do that. What are we doing, guys?
Adam on the way. Betting it all here.
Take the plant, please.
Reset.
Jackie's E over the wall.
X flash over the wall. Walking up the jungler, trying to take him out of the pit. But Malrank's in the pit. Can they burn it down in time? They're just getting shredded to pieces. No one's focusing on the objective. 2 members about to fall. One taken down. Larson off. In the meantime, 5K on the objective. They don't have a smite. GX will secure Elder. The second Elder of the game against the Long. Okay. Simple instructions. GX set up for a victory lap. Rogue set up for a backdoor, baby. Could not end any other way.
Rogue are playing really well here around the waves. So now, I don't know how much they're going to be able to get off of this Elder because bot is pushed in so deep, and they're also going to be able to push in mid.
Top's not really in a good spot either.
That just looks wrong.
Does it work with Sivir the way it works with Kite? Does it same?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. I mean, she's one of the few champions that when you sell boots, you actually get to buy like a crazy item. Because she has like both AD and AP items to buy.
GX, looking for an angle here. Likely to knock down this tower and an inhibitor as well.
15 seconds left on this Elder here.
They might need to send it. I mean, with 15 seconds, they might be able to get 2 inhibitors?
Yeah.
10?
They want more, I think. They might not. Maybe they only get 2. The mid wave is really far away.
They're going to disappoint all those people who cheered for 60 minutes if they end it too quickly.
They're not going to. I mean, the Elders run out. They still have Nash. 20. Rogue has a hard time entering here.
They have no mid control. This is super awkward.
Yeah, this
I mean, GX are just going to walk in.
Their pants on Adam.
Adam, getting aggressive, taking way too much damage in the initial trade for very little. I guess does buy time for his team to zone him off. Noah goes in. He's so damn slow that they're just going to chase him down. Noah flashes out. Adam down. 75-second death timer.
I was thinking to myself, will Noah go for that ulti there? This time, their waves are actually good.
Okay, they have Soul. They're going to have Elder. And if they want Baron, they can have that too. Surely, this will end the game.
And Adam's still dead for 30 seconds.
Jun's just going in.
Jun has had enough. Jun is taking matters into his own hands.
Back. I mean, he gets lost resolved. That's huge.
I mean,
I think they just push.
Flash ult for it.
You just end. One more fight. Yes, yes, Berlin. That's the energy I love to hear. One more fight. Jinkies, combo. Doesn't really get too many people. Execute going in. Larson still a touch. Patrick still a touch. Reset now coming in. Closer trying to follow. Keep him in the ulti. It's not going to mean too much though. Patrick getting lower and lower. Surely it's enough. Jackie's still standing. Larson about to get taken out. Patrick doesn't have damage. Adam is alive. But it's too little. Too late. Or is it? Adam in the middle. Trying to finish. Then he didn't do the next. And the next. The game will end. 59-15. Rogue first GX. Absolute banger.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Which I like quite a lot, because when you have a bunch of lanes which you want to hype up like this, and this is not what Targa wants to be.
He can't crush down over the wall, he flashes, but Super matches it, and there is a Ren to spare. First blood over to Spain.
In these later game team fights, so we'll have to see how KC manage their big combo to kill the important people in the backline and not have to deal with those tanks.
It just feels like we're in a football game. Like, it feels like, you know, both teams are there as Flash is going to match Yike right into the enemy jungler, but Elyoya can't get nearby. He's left Alvaro. It's a good handshake back as Elyoya gets a flash out of Yike, but now he's gone in deep. He flashes too, and Vladdy matches over the wall with Gatling gun poking him down. It's one after one. Koi are separated, and they don't have numbers. A spear as well, not connecting until Super gets a double, but Kalis with the shutdown is big. He'll get his own reset.
Yeah, I definitely echo the football
5 minutes. That was picked up as Kana. You mentioned he's going to clear the wave. I'm now looking at Jojo. What's his wave going to do with Yike coming in? A twisted advance, flash away, charm. Hits a minion! You didn't like that. I saw your face as Flighty picks up kill number 2.
You see the logic. It's okay. Drag the Maokai under the turret. Get the charm afterwards. Now, Yike might be punished anyway, though.
Ruin this out of Khan. I'm feeling it, man, because Super's going to get this kill and Yike's rendered down. 80 carries are going to be fed this game.
Blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne this game. It is.
I mean, for Jojo, it's not a position we saw him in yesterday, especially on this Azir that had good laning, that had great stats, that led into great skirmishes. So the fact he's behind is going to give him a new test here in the LEC, as Koi will pick up the Dragon.
And also, real credit to KCorp for that.
Level 6 for a while, but having that angle, thinks about it, but Twisted Vance catches him first. Bramble smash, he's destroyed. Doesn't get to move, and now Elyoya is stuck here in a 1 versus 2. Vladdy hits the circle well.
Jungle.
Kana as well knows Elyoya doesn't have ult. He just runs into melee range, flashes, matches, and overheats right in his face. Elyoya running for his life, slowed down, but in the way is Super. This fat 80 carry. You shall not pass with a Rend in his way, a slow with the Pierce as well. Super will run him down, and Mirwin will help put him into the ground.
Mirwin takes the kill fully earned by
and Vladdy battling it out, but I mean, this is a Trinity Force Corki. Jojo pops the ulti, and he's got Malignant. All he needs is a good orb and a charm. That'll do it, but he's now run out of the ultimate. Jojo gets tagged on the way out, but Mirwin teleports in. You said it was well-deserved before, but this time, Elyoya makes sure it goes to him.
Jojo manages to get the calculation right this time, knows he can get in and get out. Gets himself a kill participation from that one. Vladdy goes down. Not enough support on that side of the map. KC do have a cross map this time, though, while an extended kill is going up on top side. They're taking the Dragon on the bot side as well. They now have themselves...
Remember as well, 16 minutes, the Herald spawn. Artican 20, 25 for the Baron, of course, it's been the change. And I'm just counting down objectives because it's what League of Legends is these days. Is
Flash.
Let's look for the fight instead. Screw objectives, flash away, but the Rel, Magnet Storm, beautiful, but on the other side, I think Alvaro's ult was better. KC have to run away now because Super has rocked up. And Movistar Koi, the fight turns on a hinge as Change Corruption gets through. Reset as well, but Jojo will find no one to come back to life.
Looks like a fantastic spot to use the Renard to disengage in the way that we warned Karmine Core about from the draft. But with Kalist turning up at the end, the kills do end up becoming equalized at that point, so it's not the worst case scenario. Karmine Core actually walk away with better health bars at the end of it.
They do indeed, and they're close to getting first turret in this bottom side. I want to know what's happening top because Mirwin...
Yeah.
Mirwin's trying. Teleport's going to be burned. We don't see it on our screen right now because, again, KC pushing for it, but there you go. Feat of strength picking up by Movistar Koi. And Kalist has been going to be second fiddle with his turret pod.
Yeah, that's important, and that does mean the feat of strength, of course, won by the blue team. See it at the top of your screen. Compared to Asante, also very, very tanky at this point of the game. Shyamalan.
Over the wall, Jojo pokes out Targamas. That is their engage now into half HP. Kalist walks up, Chains of Corruption there, but Orb of Deception just to clear the wave, and there's not enough damage to burst him completely. Movistar Koi get themselves what they want as Charm misses here with Spirit Rush. Jojo struggling here in this game, but Alvaro is not. Look again with that ulti. 2 members berserk, helps them get one. And Mirwin can't die in the front line. Jojo gets a reset off it as well as Equalizer onto Mirwin. Is now the target. He's been auto, but not to death. Jojo misses the charm again. But Movistar Koi have done their due diligence. They've got their kill, and now they're clearing the waves so that that turret stays standing.
Now, it looks like the mid lane turret will just about survive. Elyoya hovering over the wall. It's a place.
Sure thing, and you can see that KC, they're not contesting this. They're just farming their own jungle, and as Yike does that, second Dragon of Movistar Core going to be taken away. Ocean sold this game as Alvaro looks for a pick, but handshake goes a bit wide.
Jojo potentially could make a play there with Flash and ult. If he got a little bit closer, it could have been very dangerous. Really feel like Movistar Core now starting to feel like they can make a few more plays. Karmine Core, they've of course got some really big damage on the Varus themselves. We talked about the Kalista being very powerful. I think the Varus, I mean, we'll see plenty of that now. Just about missed on the ult fault traded.
It is ult fault.
Artican started.
Yeah.
So KC don't have vision on this. They should. Hang on, this is a giant rend though. If this goes unseen for long enough, it won't really be an even smite fight.
They have spotted it with the blue ward though, but it's about getting there. As you said, Kalist also burnt out by Jojo, so he's done his due diligence and kept the 80 carry away. Nature's Grass going to come through late, but as you said, the rend could be big, but it's zoned away. Super not in range. Yike is jumping in, looking to get the steal here while Vladdy finds Jojo on the back end, but Artican is the focus here. However, Targamas went in without his team's focus, and now they're getting the render. Super gets a reset thanks to Alvaro. Revive, alive, is he? Yes, he is. Kana can't get anywhere near him. He'll withdraw thanks to Artican, but Movistar Koi, their 80 carry, skirts the fight, and Kalist now about to bite the dust.
The spears run out on Artican, so it's not a clean...
He's out the best in some of the fans. As they've showcased here today, they haven't stopped cheering, they haven't stopped yelling. Whose voice will kill out first? That's the biggest question, as Dragon will go down to the bot side while this is happening. Jojo is going to try and look for the charm. Vladdy is going deep because he's got that GA available. Elyoya looking for the knock-up. Is he trying to buy time for that GA to expire?
Really no mates after that point, really.
True.
You've just got to watch like Baron go down.
Yeah, side laning these days doesn't exist as much as it used to.
It's just not a social thing.
No, it's not. You got to be present, you're right. That's why the party's always here. Kalist knows that, but Jojo Punt jumps in to get smacked in the face. He's got TP, but he's going to have to back soon. Nature's Grass on the top side of the fight. You can see that Movistar Koi are getting battered. They ran in individually, and now Elyoya has to pop the ulti. Alvaro as well wants to not only bail out, but tackle out KC as they get so much.
Exactly what KC want from this as well. We highlighted this earlier. The easier you can get some of these big ultimates from Movistar Koi, the better it is for your team fight.
Yep.
You can blow the Shinzao wall, and Koi, they're going to stop stacking up those spears. They want to take a fight in a single direction, get the maximum value out of the the Renata blocks the Maokai out like that.
It starts with the Nature's Grasp, but Alvaro's ulti zones him off instead, but instead the engage is great. Targamas jumps on in and Super gets slow, but the Baron goes down. He got it in the end with his Ren, but can they escape with the buff? Alvaro is caught packing as well as KC have already gotten 2. A third on the horizon as Mirwin has the flash. And had a bit of sound darkness. We just wanted to sit on that one for a little bit. Alvaro poked out. I mean, Kalist is dealing serious damage, but not enough here with the equalizer as well. Alvaro's going to get him out. Jojo again, the target tagged, but not dead for now. The grey screen stays away as Movistar Koi still open up mid. That's what they wanted to do.
Jojo has ult and he has teleport. He can recall to recover his HP. At this point in the game, his ult's on like a 30-something.
Movistar Koi right now, they're sitting on their Baron for, well, it's not 3.5 minutes, that's for sure. It's only 30 seconds left, if you can see Red Bull Baron power play as Elyoya, he's poked, he's phosphorus bombed, but now with the Crescent Guard out, he thinks he's okay until he's caught in place. Perma CC'd up with Yike taking the kill credit, but look, in this choke, Kalist is having the time of his life. Only 18, but he's counting the stacks as Mirwin is going to be next on the menu, boys. Take it down with Jojo going late, but he gets out.
End up cleaning up shop again. Bliss is going to be able to take down this turret, and I feel like KC from this will get a lot of vision control. They'll be able to kind of control this bot side of the map, which seems they're pushing in through both mid and bot lane, and then they'll be able to go towards a later Soul with the setup they've got off of this big fight.
So much gold after such a short play, but such a big play that finally gives the first major lead in this game as well, especially when they're already Soul point. 6,500 gold up.
Throughout this game, he's using it well in these fights.
He really is, and again, this whole game, he's had it head and shoulders over Jojo. This guy that we hyped up after yesterday seems like nothing in the face of the Greek mid as KC backing away here because Fate Call's been starting us off. Targamas might be called out. Crush down there. Finally a rebuttal here from Movistar Koi as Targa only just gets out, but look towards mid. Mirwin is by himself on 4 people from KC. Butted in the head, and Movistar Koi now in front of this Dragon Pit need a way to get out.
Well, I mean, what are they going to do about their mid lane? The turn and burn from Kalist puts them into such a good position now to take the HP advantage, run down mid lane, and start hammering on this turret, get themselves potentially even a threat onto the inhibitor. And Movistar Koi, they just used all of their tools to try and look for that fight. There was long as well, it feels like it has just been haymaker after haymaker. Kalist has been doing so well at pushing up here and not getting punished, and he does it again.
He does jump up, and Jojo tries to punish him. Good charm, but Kalist stays alive. No bailout reset as TP from Mirwin. He wanted to fight, but teleport takes so long. It's like getting in a taxi and going halfway across Berlin.
And they don't even have pocket change. They're just sat there trying to get the coins out to pay the taxi driver. And they try to go again onto Kalist. They failed to do it. Now it's just desperation. Go towards the Baron, hope for something good. Maybe you can get something in the 4v5.
Well, it's all throws bar, it feels like, at this point in the game for Movistar Koi as 4 members still sit strong, and the shielding good, the redemption helpful, but look at Kalist poke. They say, no, never mind. Kalist gets jumped on, but Elyoya can't finish the job. Kana going golden, buys time as Mirwin just tries to get to that backline. Chance Corruption stops him though, and now when he's all out, he's a squishy boy. He flashes away, running his space, but the rest of KC have got other things on their mind. A Super tries to pile it around, but against an Ocean Soul, he doesn't have the work anymore. Yes, he gets the Ren, yes, he gets the bailout, but Kana with his triple shows us again that this import was worth the cost.
Jojo is going to walk up and try and wave clear 1 versus Super. Vladi is having none of it. Starts to turn on the damage. They will at least get an inhib off of this.
Jojo smack talked EU, but he hadn't versed Vladi yet, had he? That was easy. That was the ace. And in the rivalry of France versus Spain, KC, I said Allons-y, and I meant it here. For their second win, their 2-0 start in the LEC winter.
Berlin is blue today.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
As well. The thing about the Ambassador, particularly for the Broken Blade, making this point come full circle, you blink to them. You don't have to go through that. You just end up kind of, you know, teleports behind you, nothing personnel kid, and then you just kind of run over the team fight that way.
So whoever at last hits as well as Ego, there's that handshake, as I said, in the 2v2, trying to find the moment. Paris in trouble and dead. Hans Mama with his first blood.
Well, I said I enjoyed watching the standard lanes, particularly for G2, powerful laners. That's why you might want to lane swap away from something like a Kalista on the other side immediately.
But yeah, don't worry, I explain my jokes all the time, and they don't get funnier from there. You kind of just deal with it and hope that people move
Yeah,
on.
buddy, I've known that for years.
Yeah.
Don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to go down this road again.
I explain my jokes not making sense. That's so much worse. By the way, you can see what's on your screen. There's a dragon going down. I don't need to explain that for you as well as
Right,
TP. So well, these early objectives, especially when objective control is the name of the game right now in League of Legends. There's ISS Chains of Corruption, but a Fate's Call is available for Hans Summer. They spot the pig around the wall, but Hans doesn't care, goes in anyway. Scumon's also on the way in, but 113 just jumps on him. Hans flashes away, but a Permafrost about to reach. Ulti instead connects it, but saved by Scumon. They then re-engage. Hans dives away and cuts his way through, avoiding the piercing arrow. Ice flashes, but I fear he's one auto away. And LeBron hits him with his little pistol and takes him down as Parus runs back to the turret. And G2 played with fire, it really is.
Why would you even mention that?
Because you said it was Safari, and I thought, yeah, but we're killing the objectives.
I, for one, believe in the conservation of dragons.
I do as well.
Leave it alone.
I am for saving this dragon.
Oh, endangered species. Oh, I feel really sad now. Why have I, this is not the time.
Into this, you know who I am.
Yeah, I have. No, observers, no.
No.
It's just a small.
Oh my lord.
It's only been alive
And he
like
kind
5
of-
minutes.
He kind of withers.
That's a 5-minute-old dragon baby.
Oh lord, we're thinking about.
Well, Irrelevant doesn't have ult now to force a real all-in. BB should be able to just walk up here and start taking down this turret. Relevant, in fact, actually might need to be a little bit afraid of his HP bar as well. Tries to clear out the wave. BB will soon get this turret.
I mean, she's so broken. When you have shield bash here,
Yes.
a reason why I believe Broken Blade does not have demolish.
Yep.
The fact that you go Eclipse, you've also got yourself a repudiation as well. It just always a shield.
This is a bit of a spoiler for tomorrow. I'm going to talk a bit about the tank builds in the pre-show over that one. But there is a big thing about the top laners right now is going Resolve Runes really helps you in a bunch of ways in laning phase, but it also converts your ability to good gold lead onto 113 currently as it stands. Black Cleaver will really help Ambessa get some extra damage too on that Callista. Are they looking for a fight though? BB doesn't have teleport. They shouldn't really be looking for this. Again, it's mainly just allowing BB to push up, get some individual gold, and make sure BDS are behind on the map.
They also get the inside track towards mid as well. So for G2, giving this up, maybe the goal for G2 right now that have had such a great setup in this game. I mean, BDS, so many plays that have gone awry. We've already mentioned it over and over again. The Scumon keeps getting away. G2 keep getting away. It's Broken Blade. Damage coming through now. They also get away with the blue buff. As Dragon's just sitting there waiting. It's a Chemtech Soul this game, but G2 are going to start off the stacking.
They are, and of course with Callista, it means it's kind of like a foregone conclusion if you get to sit on that one at first. Of course, we've got Atakan will be the next big objective after that point, coming up in just the next few minutes.
Which Atakan do you think it'll... Look at T1 were very good. Anyway, Season 2 of Arcane. I haven't watched it, but I hear it's very good. I hear it's better than the first season. And obviously, like, when I came back to League of Legends after my holiday, I'm like, yo, Victor looks a bit weird.
He looks a little bit...
It looks a bit weird. Paris, you look strange being there. That TP by Broken Blade going to tell you exactly why. You see with that Lacerate, he's getting into position. He's starting to spin. Ice doesn't have a chance here, but BDS have taken 2-2 members with them. Good shutdowns onto the Callista as the public execution fails, but the Shockwave does not. BDS are doing better in this fight than you'd expect. In a 3v3, Nuke's also got space. G2 are losing this until Broken Blade comes down, shuts down, and takes them all out with him. Irrelevant's trying to do the same thing, but again,
baby,
just can't kill Ambessa, the birthday boy with a birthday ace. That's going to start off. It's exactly the one you thought about, by the way, as Broken Blade zones off and BDS just has to walk into this. It feels like this Atakan could be doomed.
Could be. BB just hanging off on the side, has eyes on Ice. Really hard for BDS to get into the right terrain here. BB's just sitting there. There's got to be such a danger on that Varus.
I mean, Caps sung a note, and it was a good one as well. As he zones them out, you can see the other one in reverse from the Seraphine means a bit, but the Berserk, the Shockwave in return. G2 in front of Atakan that's shredding their health bar. It's getting destroyed. BDS now take it from under their grasp, and this is why you don't team fight while you're trying to butcher Atakan.
Oh my word, Nuke just absolutely destroys them. Just gets a huge shockwave, and while I thought, okay, it'll be about the Varus, I mean, if you get a good ultimate like that, you can absolutely win your team fight. So BDS, they get themselves the Atakan, they get themselves a lot of gold from those big kills as well. They'll get themselves a Dragon. Huge turnaround for BDS.
A massive one. I mean, they're also going to stop the Dragon stacking, or rather, that sole point that G2 about to...
Yeah,
Someone close to
I think there's some
Mordekaiser.
stuff in Legends of Runeterra which goes towards that, and there are some special voice lines with LeBlanc, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't look enough into it.
Well,
I thought that the play-by players would be doing
I'm
that.
going to leave it as Mordekaiser's wife. We have Yorick's wife. We have Mordekaiser's wife. Okay?
So you're going to have like the League of Wags, like the wives and girlfriends?
I'm going to have Nikrit talking to me in DMs saying, actually, and you're more than welcome to correct me, Nikrit, if you actually know what's going on. As a handshake, waiting. Transcorruption stolen by Cap to the hijack. He sends it out and it roots. 1-1-3 in front of turret, but they've got themselves the GA. They're unfightable at this point if that was English. As outer turret goes down, into turret the next siege, and I mean, BDS are clawing their way back in. Slowly but surely, a shot back to two-man this time. Seraphine ulti is good as well, but look, perfect execution from Broken Blade in the backline has done the perfect thing. It's taken the juice out of BDS, but under turret, he's just burning GAs. But Broken Blade is burning the grey screen. Ice tanked the turret, funnily enough, while Irrelevant in the all-out is trying to get that in a down.
It's a decent force with the Sejuani ball delivery system. I don't often see it with that champion, but it works out well, especially with the Seraphine shields giving so much extra tankiness to Sejuani to just go completely ham in these fights. They take down a couple of kills, they'll take the gold from that. Sadly, doesn't lead into something like a Baron, which is the gold standard, I suppose, for the Atacama, where you get a really big objective after that. They are going to go towards it now, however, there is going to be a teleport on BB. If this fight goes long enough, or rather the take goes long enough, you might be able to teleport in to clean things up. BDS wants to make sure this is down sharpish, and especially with fire on the bot side of the map, there's in fact going to be no contest. BDS do get themselves the gold standard Baron after the Atacama.
I mean, this G2 is in dire straits. They were up 6,500 gold, almost 7K. They are now dead. BDS still try to get their way up this lane. G2 scattering off as a 5-man unit, and the rest of BDS are finding their way back in.
Yeah, and G2, you know, we said the composition, just get onto one of those carries. Maybe the Varus, just pile onto them, and the Ambassador ult is so important for that. If it misses, though, it means that they don't have the tools to stage off this range advantage, and of course, gold advantage now. Well, close enough to it. BDS looking for the siege.
You know what's even scarier than shockwaving? Not shockwaving. Because Nuke just sends the ball in front of them, and G2 have to pay the respect because 2-3 members like it's been before, and the game could just be over.
G2 in precarious point. Of course, it's even enough in gold, but they've lost the last big fight, and if they lost that from the gold advantage, how does it go after that points? G2 could actually be staring down the barrel of a very awkward start to the LEC. That's a big ult, though.
It is indeed, but who's the target onto? Onto Irrelevant in front line, as the response from BDS seems a little bit better, and the takeover does nothing. BDS walk away. They've already got half a health damage here on the inhibitor turret. They'll walk up. They'll threaten from another lane.
BDS just deathballing now, using the Seraphine on multiple items, just keep that extra ability to go forwards, take an extra tower shot with the extra heals and shields. They're going to get themselves towards the third dragon. So BDS close towards that Chem Tech Soul, which will make it even harder for them to actually die in the big fights. Worth noting as well, I think this really is important.
3-item Varus and an Orianna that's on to her 4th item.
Yeah, unironically, I think it might be at that point now because of the Chemtech-based dragons. Two of them, an extra, was it 6% per stack?
6% each, yeah.
With the double shields going onto the Varus, if your job is to kill the Varus, it gets 12% plus harder on that. Really, really difficult to cut through that. Ice on the on-hit can kill the tanks, and if you don't kill them in melee range, gets 1 kill. Worth noting, Varus also gets a really powerful reset from his passive now. Gets a champion takedown. It's not as visible as the Jinx, but it'll do a hell of a lot of damage.
Yep.
G2 cannot miss their opportunity onto the Varus, and this timestamp might just end the game.
And you have to look at Irrelevant as well as he steps up. He's taking no damage right now as Broken Blade. His angle good, but what does it mean? They look for Nuke, he goes golden, the hostile takeover launches through, but for BDS again, this could still be their fight if they find that shockwave. I'm looking onto Han Summer, good dissonance here as the ult used by Cease and Desist. Well, it's a bit of a mosh pit, but Broken Blade, even though he finds his way in, I feel like G2 need a miracle from Han Summer, but he's dead. Nuke's still alive as well, as BB has to 1v4 this, because Lebrov's out, Hans is dead, and G2 fall to the wayside. They've run out of time, and BDS know it.
The heals and shields are too much. BDS walked down the mid lane. BDS walked down the mid lane.
It feels like right now Nuke's playing like BDD, at least at his peak, I should say, because this Orianna, insane shockwaves you mentioned all game long. BDS playing the team fights much better, and at 31 minutes, they're now going to run into the base. Nexus turrets be damned. Lebrov will watch as it comes down in ashes, and G2, the team that won championship after championship last year, that were always EU's representatives, are now starting winter 0-2.
Hand in hand It has been a difficult start to the week for G2, of course.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
The curve of the game compared to every other lane on the map. They have a little bit less XP.
Shattering Strike. I mean, Arcane Chip from Upset was the damage that came in. Hilly not going to get hit by a Mystic Shot, and that's an all-in that uses the Cleanse, that uses the Ignite, that uses the Flash.
Ouch. You know, back in the day, Corki Leona was a really strong duo because Corki could pop every single bit of the Sunlight passive with Gatling Gun because it has such a high tick rate.
Yep.
But, I mean, Ezreal right now, really powerful, and Ral forces it away.
Cheeky from Mickey, but he's under turret. He's got Zenith Blade, lucky to be only just out of range, but still the burn. You talked about the Gatling Gun. It tears him to shreds for first blood.
And luckily this time it's also not blowing her eardrums as well. Gets that first blood. And Hilly, of course, a player who had the bot lane of Vitality. Razor's here though, make it into a 2v3. Not exactly what you want to go towards. Of course, Fnatic picking up the Skarner. Skarner's been so strong in the new patch. No idea how this champion has gone through Worlds in the state it was, and then doing this again. Gonna get some help here into the bot lane.
Yeah, you're about to find out exactly why, aren't you? Waiting for the drift in. Mickey with the disengage, but you can see there's enough damage done to Hilly. He flashes away. It was the only summoner left up and available. A rock, and then a hard thing from Upset. Nicely done with a Mystic Shot.
Well, he hits that skill shot, doesn't he? That's the important one. Gets himself a kill onto the board. That means that, and particularly when you have both of these AD carries going towards the Triforce Muramana, this early gold really does unlock you earlier to get towards that 2-item spike. It's one of the strongest points an AD carry player can play towards right now. Good gold in the hands of Fnatic, and we did say bare minimum is survive, pick up farm. They've done more than that now.
And Mickey, I mean, some of these engages finally landing well, or at least finding something. Razork with a flash into the wall. Disrespect. Kazi stepped up to the plate, and that barrier won't save him. Upset gets kill number 2. And Razork showing up the Skarner as Hilly just walked on in. What is he doing? Vitality's bottom lane not paying respect to Razork being here. Walking up to the lane, dying again, then again. And now Hilly
has information. He has the information.
He did have about 3 seconds to work with there. So
2v3, no, 3v3.
Take what you will, as, yeah, back down bot. Guess what? Razork's here, but Daisy's in on the way, but it won't matter. Hilly has stepped up in the lane, and it's another kill over to Fnatic. This bottom lane has died. The flash is burned by the mid laner of Fnatic. Ignite as well. Looking for the soldier to get the damage, but Humanoid will get out. His teleport not up and available for a bit, so a bit of an advantage back on the map as Equalizer placed down. Oscarinen's got his chase. It's a 1v1, but it might turn into more as Nucker has a bit of support on the way from Chayak, but Razork in the way. An Impale at hand as well. A rock thrown and an Impale to kill. Oscarinen gets the kill himself, but Hylissang is now in the way. However, Chayak's too low. Lensis is an Ivan. Humanoid's helping out. Hilly might die for a 4th time if he stays in the fight. He wants a re-engage with the Zenith Blade. It's there, but Oscarinen has just recharged. Hilly is dead again. Humanoid gets out with his life as well.
Tanking the skill shots for his teammates, and they don't have to take damage as well. Backing out, waiting for another cooldown, and re-engaging again. This Skarner is getting so much value in this fight.
And look, he's getting value again in topside. Oscarinen's in trouble, you think, but Nucko has no ult. Perfect execution, excuse me. It is up and available again after that last one. Grass taken, but the Electro Harpoon, the poke damage enough, and I said Vitality can't get a break, and I meant it.
Razork is putting Vitality to the sword.
It says.
Hornets having their wins. Linces, what can he do here?
Then Daisy in. Razork's like, look at me, look at me. Oscarinen flashes away, and he will get out.
But Linces not got any help on the way, just trying to be a bit annoying on the way out, as Oscar really needs to give himself a reset after this point. This game has absolutely fallen apart in a handful of minutes as Hilly walking forward again.
Can you get a 5th death, Hilly? Yes, you can. Humanoid. It's taken 5 deaths, 10 minutes. Daisy under turret. It's 8-1. Vitality are breaking apart.
You have to stop the bleeding at some point, folks. At some point, you just have to just
yeah,
hold your friend back.
Just
hold them back.
Cut off the arm, I think. Cauterize the wound, like there's a leg missing. Kazi's gonna die here. There's a Magnet Storm, and Humanoid is strong enough at this point with a recurve bow. Barrier used, Mickey doesn't really care. I mean, turret ramping up is still there, but Humanoid just walks out with it. Turret shot not going to connect. Humanoid is fed, and guess what? Rumble's fed, and Upset is also fed. There is, right now, a 4K gold lead for Fnatic at 12 minutes. And yes, Vitality are taking the Dragon. But right now, if Fnatic fight, I think Vitality will be destroyed.
Well, Razork has Flash, which is a bit of a problem, because you can try and stop him getting in, but he's already very fed. The Unending Despair makes him very strong in his extended fights as well. Vitality putting Daisy as kind of a forward scout, making going forwards.
There's a crash down here. Remember, Razork has that Unending Despair. I know you just talked about it. Hilly's getting slowed down. Is he going to die a 6th time? Arcane shift forward from upset as Vitality just back away. And the reason that I feel like they're okay is because Fnatic, a lot of those key ultimates were down at the time. So Fnatic can't follow any further forward.
Not just yet.
Did Corky break the sound again?
We shall
The sound barrier down. Hilly. Solar Flare down. Impale gets to. Magnet Storm as well.
Stop.
Shattering Strike. Hilly is dead again.
Oh, man. Look, at some point, Vitality, their comms have to be, look, we have to calm. It's not really been about the objective play. It has really been about so many kills going over. Oscar, I think, will just spot teammate of Nako in the background. Yeah, I think I saw that on the spectator there. I hope I wasn't baiting myself. I think that was the case.
But regardless, Oscar in the wave's getting pushed in. Hilly is up here, but this time this play looks pretty good. He flashes his Zenith Blades, he gets the Shield of Daybreak, and it works out. Shutdown's finally there.
Teleport.
But Nako's being slowed down for that TP you just mentioned. And guess who's coming? It's Humanoid flying in, who's got himself a Fate Sealed up and available with Flash.
Now, bot side, very powerful at killing turrets, something which was very prevalent in the last couple of years when it's here. Then Mickey going towards
look at the time. Would you look at that? How time flies. It's time to kill Hilly again, is it?
I was wondering about it. Not going to be completely followed through, though. The Strike does get the first turret on that bot side. I mean, the feats of strength, despite all the kills going against them, the feats of strength go to the side of Vitality.
Oh, it's amazing that Vitality actually got him in this game when things are going so wrong. Impale is great, you're right. Mickey's going to also buy time. Upset's now here. Missing Mystic Shot doesn't matter. Mickey gets killed. Lince is dead. Fate Sealed. Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, you guessed it. For 500 points, Mickey dead was on your jeopardy.
Going under the turret yet again. Public execution trying to get some kind of mobility.
Mickey will die. He was taking up for so long. Now Humanoid gets turret ramp up. Fnatic, you might be throwing this as Shutdown given over to Vitality. What a game to end the day. As Upset won't connect. Razork's like, I'm going back in, and why shouldn't he? GiantX flashes out of the way. And I mean, Fnatic, I said we're throwing this, but they're still so strong. This Skarner has 11 out of 13 kill participation, will not die, and this game is just silly!
A new challenger approaches.
They've got, you know, their headphones on listening to What's Your ETA over and over.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just, you start 1-7 and you think, you know, I'm just going to put on my K-pop and just roll with it.
Well, it's absolutely time to go crazy again as Razork is here with a lot of tank stats, 2 items and a lot of damage.
If Hilly wins this game, it would be crazy as under turret. He's just always there. He's having a rough day of it, and I guess that's just it. Under turret, GiantX now next. That Scorpion won't take any damage from the turret, and I mean, Vitality this game are just being broken apart. This is like mental diff at this point.
But the problem is, you know, like you have to play around a competition where you want a death ball later on and group up. You are not at the timestamp where you can just stick 5 people in one lane, play around a Leona buffed up by Ivan Shields. You have kind of fallen apart in the laning phase enough that you haven't earned the right to death ball yet. Vitality have gone a little bit down to Cloud, a little too much, a little too early. Fnatic are just happy to keep forcing fights when it's not the full 5v5s. They're happy to just skirmish with the Skarner, the Yone, the Rub.
He killed Mickey, and now he's worth the usual amount. So that will be fun. Oscar's in trouble. Redemption helps out, but look who's here to save the day. It's Mickey as public execution #1. Nako finds Oscar, gets a flash out of him, 12 for a bit, and lacerates him to death. Mickey can't Magnet Storm, but the TP means that he's slowed down, and rather that Magnet Storm just bought a bit of time, and Nako's now dead. He might be able to dash, but Humanoid can do the same, while Razork is dealing with Linces, gets his flash from the Impale.
Combat. Hilly, really good. Dude, that would have been a bit too far, buddy.
God, you didn't connect that. I don't think that would have gone well.
Yeah, that's where supports go to die, Jake. They go to the Raptor farm up north state. they go there. They never come back, funnily enough. Humanoid going to take himself that turret and the top side.
I just think I've still got that song.
I'm left guessing quite late into the story.
It's not an anecdote, but it was something I experienced online. What the people? I mean, that's just crazy, though. What a city. Well, This is a game of equal proportions. That public execution, yeah, it connects, but I mean, Fnatic are all here. Razor's going to make sure it doesn't get away. However, Nucko and a good stun out that comes through from Daisy does make sure that Razor can't follow up. And Fnatic, they're 5-man topside right now, while Hilly's helping the Dragon, or rather the bot wave, I think, go down bot while
yeah,
they're just picking up gold.
Look, hang on. Wait, he's going to get the gold. Wait, are you going to get the cannon?
He's just...
No!
Oh, my God.
Damn it. That would have made it so worth. He gets the XP from anyway.
He's getting
Look,
roses.
this game's got a little bit off the rails. I will say serious credit to Nucko for trying to kind of get something in the individual strength, which he does has. The two items have done a lot. That has made a big difference to Vitality to at least have something to play around. It's going to be a really hard game. It is continually going to be a hard game.
Oh, yeah.
That Ambessa is actually doing some good enough work to give some hope in the top lane of Vitality, and that's a good shuffle.
He's caught out as well. Solar Flare used up, in fact, but he's dead. He was on a ward. Vitality with a pick in front of Atakan, but still not strong enough to take it.
And that's no Zonya's in the inventory of the Azir. Goes to the Shadow Flame and instantly
Game
bursts.
yesterday. Completely different man. And
Haha, how does it feel like now, Ivan, player?
yeah. I mean, it is hard with what you saw Fnatic put together, but this time around...
Like, can a tree do this?
Absolutely not. But a Scorpion can. As Fnatic are starting this up in full vision, by the way, so it is going to be down to Atakan, and let's see if Fnatic look for the turn.
I mean, you can start using Daisy to scout out. That will help. Chak has his ult not quite available. That is important. That shuffle could be all important.
Chayak with flash available, it's everything, but Mickey gets revenge and sent up, impales good, but Chayak as he flashes away, he's being poked down. Redemption used pretty much on no one. Lintus doesn't get Kazi any help, or Hilly, who's now looking for number 9, while Vitality are getting picked apart at the seams. Guess what just dropped down? Well, Fnatic are going to find Hilly. And Nucko, the only one left standing at the end. We all knew this was going to be the result, but Vitality, I guess, a worthy trade, while Nucko's the only person who really does any damage.
Sadly, he doesn't have any teammates to really help him with that. Is another E
Let's
going to come up?
dive.
I don't know if you can stand under that turret, mate.
Woo! He doesn't care. He's going to withdraw. Oscarinen trying to do the same thing as well. Nucko with good dodging, but
Oh,
the public
okay.
execution comes in. Oscarinen is fed, and he'll just go back to base after the ace.
Nucko survives the first time, goes in for another piece of the pie, and comes away. Sadly, nothing between his teeth. Atakan goes down. Fnatic knew that was the one way that maybe the game could go awry for them. Takes that objective, doesn't
Okay,
quite
goal
help.
lead, now the score, and you know, this has been domination from Fnatic. Let's be real, this has been much of a clean game, and I think Fnatic dotting the I's, crossing the T's, putting a bit of faith back into the faithful, as yesterday was a bit of disappointment as Fnatic debuted.
Okay, so they have all of those GAs. This will be the way to really close out the game. Atakan into Baron, going on to Mickey, but this is really hard to force a fight.
It's a great fate seal. The Solar Flare onto him, buys time, but as he goes back, remember, he's still got Atakan if he dies here. Mickey does as well, as they're the two low members. As Fnatic use the rest of the front line here to continue on. Razork wants an impale. It looks like it's up and available, and he's looking for his target. Now only finds one, but Upset is the damage source that's sitting comfy behind. Hilly's going to die 10 times in his day 2. Fnatic running away with Baron right up their alley.
Upset's still alive, doesn't have the GA anymore. There are a couple of people around. Upset.
Really, but I will say, early game, not what we want to see. You know, Vitality fans out there as well, hoping that the changes, the bring up of Chayak, you know, Lintus was a late season additional, rather, summer edition. Chayak is dead. Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah, Rumble's a
Yeah.
champion.
Well, I mean, he's 2.5 items at 26 minutes. It's not that great, but it's still strong.
And I'll say, look, at this point in the... Well, okay, it's been like this for a while, but definitely at this point in the game, you need to make risky plays. You don't get the... You haven't earned the right to make the easy plays. You're too far behind, so try going up there, trying to push out something. Yes, gets caught out, but what else are you going to do at that point? Hilly misses the Zenith Blade. Sadly can't get Upset away from that lane to be pushed.
God, I mean, Upset on Ezreal. Tell me something that ain't great as Fnatic find topside turret in the meantime. 13.5k gold lead. That's what we're looking at right now. Vitality haven't even lost their base yet, but Oscarinen's about to make it so with his push in bot, with Upset who's about to find inhibitor turret. Upset, he's forward under it. He cares not as Oscar opens up that bot side. Now, guess what? Mid is about to drop. He arcane shifts in again. I'm just watching Upset play with his food. Utter domination.
Yeah, he's got the Shojin, you hit 2 Qs and he's basically back and he's going to jump forward again. Shayak engaged onto.
Hilly is the first one in. He's dead once more, and Chayak, yep, Domination's not even enough. They wanted a big game to finish off, but Fnatic are just giving them the rest of the breadcrumbs. 7 deaths in total as they're under turret. Humanoid will make it 8, but who cares? I mean, Nucko's trying his heart out, but when your team got destroyed in the first 10 minutes of the game, what do? It's just over. Fnatic are going to find their first win of the LEC. They struggled yesterday versus Mad Lions Koi, Movistar Koi. I keep making the same mistake, but Fnatic will not. They'll destroy the turrets. They'll break the Nexus. They'll end the second day of the LEC Winter Split with a win, their first over Vitality.